All right, piss, goddamn motherfucker, f*** off. This is Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. And I'm sure I'm going to get demonetized for the swear words in the beginning. But, you know, whoever edits this, they can bleep them out if they wish. I don't really care. Now, I keep a log of emails and DMs and text messages and stuff that I get from time to time, and I like to revisit them for a future subject, matter for the show. Now, this particular comment was from a woman who said that I, as a grunt who retired from the military, which is historically horrific for marriage, I should not be giving advice to the young men out there about marriage in any way, shape, or form, because I have absolutely no expertise in this subject. It's kind of like you got to be a doctor to only know pain. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. Well, let's just get into it because, it's really aggravated me.
Do you like stories about serial killers? What about psychics? How about a psychic serial killer with a conscience wiping out the filth of society?
Yeah!
If you thought Dexter was a great show that went soft in its final seasons, these are the books for you. Introducing the Jericho Files, written by an old infantry grunt who has seen evil firsthand and digested it into grade A gore porn with 5-star reviews all around. Click on the link tree in the Meat Gazer box and buy your copies today on Amazon. You filthy, dirty riggers.
Now, I did 33 years in the service. 2/3 of that time, I was in airborne status, basically a member of the SOCOM community.
You're goddamn right.
I did 3 wars. I was almost killed in 2. Countless training missions, Ranger School, Special Forces School, the whole deal. All right. Now, I took a lot of that wisdom from all of that time in the military, and I wrote a book. You can see it right there, to my left at the corner of the screen, The Warrior's Way and the Soldier's Soul. And when you read that book, you realize everything is war. Everything. And I, as a professional warrior, I was trained and conditioned by this very government to do war in all of its shapes and forms. I'm going to brief you exactly how this shakes out. All right, number 1 here. This is the military format. Number 1, receive mission. After you receive the mission, you go to number 2, which is you issue a warning order. And that's where you talk to your people. You let them know, hey, we got a mission. This is the type of mission. And for this type of mission, we're going to need XYZ communication, equipment, and...
This message will self-destruct in 1 second.
All right, next, you got to gather intel and resources for said mission. That could be anywhere from requisitioning ammo, fuel, scheduling time on helicopters, fast movers, coordinating with artillery to your left, right, and behind you if you are in a linear, warfare situation, or at least communicating with the nearest FOB, forward operating base near you. Because typically they like to have them anywhere between 5 and 15 miles apart. Closer if it's more wild, wild west type environment. So, all right. After you get all that, you devise a plan. And in the military, we call that an op order, which stands for operations order. Everyone who ever did any time in the military, especially in combat arms, will be very familiar with the operation order, especially if you graduated Ranger School, because by the time you get done with Ranger School, you can do op orders and warning orders in your sleep, literally, or you can do it sleepwalking. So you never, ever forget this shit because it's hammered into your head from the very beginning, especially in combat arms in the U.S. military. I don't know if it's still happening now because, they've turned the military pink with rainbow colors, so that's not really going to work out. After that, number 5, you guessed it, you execute the plan. Now, this is a simple form because we all know if you served in the military, no plan survives initial contact, and you modify it after that. It's called a fragmentary order, and it just modifies the operations order. All right. After you execute your plan, you obtain your objective. After that, you exfil, i.e. withdraw. And then the process starts again. All right. Now, that lady who sent me that comment about how I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm just a grunt and I don't know anything about marriage or, trying to educate the young men out there because, I'm not a real man. Got it. I've heard that so many times, it's comical. Hey, I'm a comedian now, so I can say that. All right, now we go over here. All right, this is a divorce situation. It starts off with your wife basically saying, either she comes up with herself or somebody tells it to her, I'm not happy. The 3 magic words that open the Bermuda Triangle, and we all know whole careers, lives, and assets get sucked into that thing never to be seen again. Boom. Men fall in love, women fall in business. They don't really love you. I'm sorry. All right. Now, I'm sure there are a few out there that actually do love their men. Got it. But from what I've seen, there's very few of you. All right. She does the equivalent to issue a warning order by talking to her friends. It's very common when a woman says, I'm not happy, the next thing she does is talk to her friends who will, you guessed it, advise her to cut bait because misery loves company and most women out there are going to be single and childless in as little as 5 years. That's half a decade. At my age, half a decade is a trip to the bowling alley.
Fuck, you're old.
All right, next. For gathering intel and resources that get your financial information and they rat hole money, set it to the side. And some of these women start doing this 2 years prior to execution of their mission, 1 year prior. It is very, very conniving. I'm just saying, that is what I have been seeing doing this subject and doing all of this research for the past 15 goddamn years.
Let's pretend that's not true.
Yeah.
Number 4, devise a plan, write the op order. Well, in a divorce situation, consult a lawyer. Now, it's very common. Once this takes place, lawyers will either directly or indirectly advise their female clients about the silver bullet option, and that's usually standard abuse, or the nuclear option, which is sexual abuse, both of which are almost a guaranteed win in divorce court, family court, whatever you want to call it. All right. There are lawyers out there who are actually writing these op orders for these women and then get away scot-free, even though them doing that is against the ethics about being a lawyer. But that's seldom, if ever, enforced. So what the hell do I know? All right. 5, execute plan. 5 over here, file for divorce. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I've done a lot of military operations. And the best way to get positive results is you do it by surprise. Cover of darkness. During a major holiday or during another cataclysmic event. It has to be done by surprise. And guess what? I have heard from countless dudes, it's probably a majority of them out there, who are completely, caught by surprise, hit out of the blue by a divorce. And it's only after that happens do they look back and go, well, maybe when she did this or that, or, second guessing, it's not going to take you anywhere healthy. All you really got to know is your ex-wife or your soon-to-be ex-wife was a conniving fucking witch who caught you by surprise. It happens to everyone. It happened to me. It happened to you. I mean, anyone. It is what it is. All right. Number 6, they do the exfil withdrawal, meaning they get the kids, they get the child support, they get the Alice isn't horny anymore money. All right. Now let's just go through real quick here.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
What the divorce usually looks like in just quick, terms here. 80% of all divorces are filed by, you guessed it, women, and that number can go up to 90% if they're college educated. That is not a good look, ladies. All right. Now, here are the odds of a successful divorce. 50% for the first marriage, 62% success rate in another divorce if you decide to do it twice. And you're getting real good at the divorce thing, so if you do it a third time, chances are 73% chance you're getting divorced. Now, once you get to the child support alimony phase, you're going to lose anywhere from 30 to 50% of your pay based on the numbers for child support. Alice isn't horny anymore money is not included in that calculation. So that number could go all the way up. I've seen as high as 70, 80, 90% of your take-home pay. Now, that was a crazy circumstance, and it took place in another country. But I have talked to a lot of guys who have 70% of their paycheck garnished for child support and alimony.
This is bullshit.
Straight up. This is serious business. All right. And you'll see here, there's an 85% chance that as a dude, you're going to lose those kids. Meaning she gets them 85% of the time, even if she has felonies on her record, even if she's been arrested for prostitution and drug use, you name it. I have heard the horror story of the children being given to completely unstable and incompetent women. Now, mainly that happens, and this is strictly my opinion, because the judge, the whole legal system benefits from child support being paid from a man. And basically it's in the form of Title 4D money. And if you do your research on that, that's basically where they take out of the Social Security Fund, which is your retirement, to reimburse counties dollar for dollar. Sometimes it's a little less to collect said child support. So say you got to pay $1,200 a month. Well, guess what? Out of the Social Security Fund, $1,200 is getting taken out and given to the county to collect your money. So when this country goes bankrupt, a large contributor will be single mothers. Congratulations.
Fuck.
All right. Now, when I did my research here, I probably said, I sat in somewhere between 100 and 300 court cases over a 90-day period in 2 of the 3 counties that surround me. And I saw this same thing happen. When the man actually gets custody of those kids, 7% of the time, it's because the mother doesn't show up. He wins by default. So if you take that 7% out, guess what? Your real chances of getting custody of your kids are less than 10%, depending upon the where you are in the country and what judge you get. It's complete bullshit. All right, now to the woman out there who made those stupid ass comments, I just proved it right here. Everything is war. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm trying to save people's lives, mainly men, because in my experience, 70% of all of the suicides I researched after my divorce went through had a divorce or a contact with family court within the 5 years prior to their self-deletion date. Now, there needs to be studies about this, but Congress isn't going to come off that money because it goes against the feminist agenda. So I guess we're going to have to sacrifice yet more men to the graveyards, just like we have through all of history. Well, gentlemen, I hope this worked out for you. I hope you learned something. And please do not get married. And everything in life is war. Take it easy.